I was a single mother, so I didn't have time to sit down. I remember one day, and this, like, Marcel was like 4 years old. I was so tired, I wanted to cry. Like, you know, I wouldn't wish being a single parent on my worst enemy. Literally, because, you know, think about when you're exhausted and it's like the baby's crying, oh, can you go get him, honey? There was no honey.
I feel like I want to give up on my sons. They lazy. They dirty. The one 14-year-old, he's rude and disrespectful. The boy told me I need to get a better job and make more money, and I need to buy a better house. And I am a single mother of 5. These don't do for my kids. I do everything for my kids.
And it's my job to talk you through this. Your father would have talked you through this, but your mama ran him away before he gave you the game. Goddamn it, you know.
That you were only child.
Only child.
Your father left at the age of 5?
Yeah, he was 4 or 5. He was in the Air Force, and when he got out, he was an anesthesiologist.
Was it important to mend that relationship before he passed? Or
I did. I remember him. My mama said, what you looking for him for? You know, because they be mad. But my mother really ran him off. She was just, she ran him off, and she was a monster, man. You know what I'm saying?
Did your dad tell you that?
Oh, no, I just saw it. I saw it.
I don't really say this eloquently. If a man and wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same statistical chance as children raised by just their father. So if we want to keep children, adults, out of prison, mother, father, or just father. Well, we don't want to hear just father, so let's try to keep the families intact.
So if I worked 12 hours and I come home, honey. I was still honey. I still, if the baby's sick, everything fell on me, you know. And I just remember one day, I was on the sofa and I just wanted to give up. But
They won't clean. They won't do chores. Like, they won't walk the dog. They won't do nothing but play the. And I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of trying to tell them how to be a man, because a woman can't teach a man how to be a man, and they daddy say shit. And there's nobody fault on my own, because I knew who the I was fucking. But damn, like, one, he ain't nowhere in his life, and the other one, I was married, and this child cheated on me and then denied my child. Like, what the did I do to you?
You know, I watched my mother work 2 jobs, you know, and to put food on the table and pay the rent for our little apartment, you know. And so I grew up going, that's what you have to do. You gotta work however many jobs and grind hard to make it happen. But that's not in me either. You know, I think those thoughts, but then my ancestors go, girl, you better get up.
You're right. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of moms regret their kids. A lot of moms hate their kids. A lot of moms don't like their kids. A lot of moms are being moms because they have to. If majority of these moms had the choice to give their kids away with no repercussions, they would. And I don't blame them, because I probably would too. You know what? I know I would. You want to know why? Because it's not fair for one person to sit around and be the caregiver, the financial provider, the emotional support, everything for 1, 2, 3, 4 children.
Hold on. We have to ask this question. 4 kids. How do you make a mistake 4 times? How do you choose the wrong person 4 times? Are they different people? Or are you just continually having babies with this person over and over again? In any case, it proves that you have absolutely garbage taste in men.
Like, I like him.
So you like him enough to get pregnant by him, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him?
Like, I'm working on it.
Let me repeat this for you. You like him enough to get pregnant by him, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him.
Like, so, like, if I was to get pregnant, like, I wouldn't have a problem because it's him. Like,
baby, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Listen to me. I'm gonna repeat this one more time. You like him enough to create a life with him, an 18-year to 21, 25-year bond, but you don't like him enough for him to be your man.
The immature mindset of the average Western woman leads you to believe you can have everything but not have any of the consequences at the same time. And this is the delusion that we live in today. This lady wants a baby but doesn't want a relationship. Then when it's very difficult in the future, when the kid is bucking up, when the kid is 16 years old, she's missing that male leadership because she didn't want to pick the right man to have the baby with. And if you can't find the right man, then don't have a baby. It's that simple. I'm not disparaging anybody's choices not to be a mother. That's a little silly because everybody's not made to be a mother. Everybody's not qualified to lead the new generation. Every man's not qualified to lead a family. We have to be honest with ourselves and stop this ridiculousness, because you having a baby with a man that you believe is not suitable enough to even have a relationship with is stupidity.
No woman chooses to be a single mother. That's a lie. There are tons of women who purposely choose to be a single mother because in their mind, I don't want the man, I just want the baby. And I'm going to consciously choose a man I know will not fight to stay in this child's life, or that I can easily push out the way, because I don't want anyone else's influence on this child. I want this child only for me.
I think so. Like, I think it's because I had like that mindset, like if I was to get pregnant, I had a child, like, and he decides he doesn't want to be involved, like, I'm okay.
For one, the black woman don't submit enough for a man that want to lay his life down for her. The black man don't have enough access to his black children from black women.
Ma'am,
I'll be okay.
Ma'am, listen to me one more time. I'm gonna just do this one more time. I want you to really listen to me. You like him enough to let him come in your vagina and possibly make a baby. You like him that much, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him.
Greetings, you polite savages.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. And this one's getting filed under Captain Obvious. Being a single mother is one of the most difficult tasks that anybody could undertake. But let's keep it a buck. You get there and you get down with somebody who's never shown any responsibility in their life, then you get pregnant and expect them to absolutely show responsibility in their life. These are the choices that we all make. And one thing that is very true, you can make any choice in the world you want, but that choice will lead you to consequences. As always, we can only guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And sometimes that truth you seek is a bitter pill, but you gotta shut up and take your medicine. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. Taraji P. Henson is an excellent actress. From Empire to Hustle and Flow, she was absolutely at the forefront of black entertainment. One of the actresses, beautiful and confident. She was on the Michelle Obama podcast and she started talking about the trials and tribulations of being a single mother. And one of the things that she said was it was the absolute hardest thing that she's done. As a matter of fact, she wouldn't wish it on her worst enemy. But what I really want to do is talk about the situation that we find ourselves in when our own miscalculations and choices has led us to a harder circumstance. You see, being a single mother by nature is something that most people wind up doing by choice because people value more the child than they do the relationship that has spawned the child. You can say exactly what you want to say because I can already hear from the sisterhood. The sisterhood really needs to start telling the other ladies of the community the simple truth. Or I'll say it like y'all do. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And what about yourself keeps attracting these no-ish, no-count men to keep impersonating men and impregnating you? And why are you falling for it? You have to choose the person wisely who you have a child with. Because every man shouldn't have a child. And every woman shouldn't have a child. It's just simple math. Choose wisely because you suffer the consequences. You and your child. You dig?
Making a choice to do it by yourself and not giving your child the best foundation is just not fair to that child. I don't care how you slice it, dice it, how much money you have. If you willingly do this on your own, knowing that it's just you by yourself, no amount of money can make up for that. No amount of money. We see all the women who come on here and talk about how they got daddy issues and they didn't have their daddy and this is why they do this, this is why they do that. What makes you think it's going to be any different for this child? Money does not raise a child. It gives them resources, things that they can do. But Again, how do you explain to your child why they don't have a father?
And this has nothing to do with hate. This is actually absolutely love. You see, I love to see a family together. I love to see kids growing up with a functional household with direction. I love to see discipline instilled in young men, femininity instilled in young women. I love people being put in a position where they can do exactly what they want to do in life, where they have chances. I love understanding that family values are generational. So if you don't have that value, how can you expect your child to have that value? How can you expect your child not to say it's acceptable to come from a broken home when the only thing you ever showed them was a broken home? I'm saying that we got to start at the root of the problem. We got to start really putting our foot down and only making babies with people that we understand will be there for the babies. A lot of you ladies make a mistake here. You say that it's the guy's fault, but if you're the one who has to take the responsibility of the child, as you say you must, then why aren't you being more selective? Marry before you carry.
That's the point. That's why that's old wisdom. Marry before you carry. Because when you get here, all the choices are bad. And y'all want good choices after bad decisions. It doesn't work. And it ain't the men's fault.
So when he told me to have this baby and get me pregnant, it ain't his fault.
Nope.
Because I decided to go through with it.
Yep.
You're right. So I guess, okay, so I gave my criticism. So basically, my question for you is what I can do, and you're basically telling me I should just be single. I ain't gonna
You
get
should
no
marry your
bad
child's
love from
father.
my child.
Well, no, here's the thing. What you have to understand is the men out here who don't have children don't want to deal with a woman who couldn't submit to her baby daddy. They don't want to deal with baby daddy issues. They don't want to pay for another man's child.
And a direct consequence of your action is that after you have this child out of wedlock, after you're a single mother, when you're struggling and striving, it may be very hard to find a man that you want to find. You can go celibate after having 5 kids by 4 different men. It's not going to make a difference. Only thing a man's going to do is look at you and say, why are you making me wait for what you wouldn't let these other jokers wait for? You see, men are very logical in their assumptions that once you've already let the cat out of the bag, it's hard to put the cat back in the bag.
For my husband.
You said you're doing what?
For my husband.
No, the part before that. What did you just say?
For my husband.
You are saving yourself for your husband.
Yes.
Are you married? Are you a virgin?
No.
Do you have any children?
5.
You got 5 children. You're not a virgin, and you're doing what?
I just want this to be the next person that I give myself to be the right person.
Ma'am, you had 5 children. You're not a virgin. How many baby daddies you got?
3.
You got 3 baby daddies, 5 children, and now you want to make a man wait till marriage?
Just give him the X and then I'll say it.
So to the ladies out there, what does that man get to gain from you for having all of these children by these different men? What does he gain? Are you delivering? Are you over-delivering on things that he's expecting? Because you definitely need him to over-deliver and provision. And back to the single mother thing, a lot of ladies out there are making the choice, bold-faced making the choice to be a single mother because they feel like maybe they have enough money to do so, or maybe they just can't find the man that they need to find. They're not going to settle. Nope, they won't settle for anything. They have to have it all. They must have everything in the world that the world has ever offered, and they need it now. They need it immediately. No sense of maybe they're just not ready to find who they need to find to do what they have to do. You dig?
Another question is, are you capable of receiving love? Because there's a lot of out here that's been with that would do right by them, but they are not mentally capable of receiving love. They basically reject anything that doesn't match the fantasy of what they think it should be in their brain. You know what I mean?
And they actually prefer drama like that.
Drama,
that
right.
They like that. They just don't even know what to do. If you gave them a different type of scenario with the relationship, they probably wouldn't even know how to deal with it.
As I sit here with y'all today, I'm literally on some fertility drugs. I am preparing for my embryo transfer in the next few weeks. Now, I am 40 years old, just turned 40 a couple of weeks ago. Y'all know I've been very transparent about my motherhood journey. I'm doing it solo by choice. Y'all know I froze eggs at 34 years old. I'm doing this. I'm excited to be a mom. I'm scared as hell. I know it's going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and yet I cannot wait to enter this mother era of my life.
Where you calling me from, Sharon? Philly. How old are you?
32.
Okay. And what you do for a living?
I'm a registered nurse.
Registered RN. Do you have any kids?
I have 4 children.
How old are your 4 kids?
11 months, 5, 6, and 9. Yeah.
Why you not with the daddy?
He didn't want to be in a relationship, so.
By how many men?
3. I'm looking for somebody that I can share my life with.
Okay.
I was like kind of the breadwinner in the situation, so I made way more money than them.
Well, let me get there. I guess let me just get there. What's the amount of money you want that man to make?
I would say at least I would say at least 115,000.
That is, if I'm being honest, I don't really like dating women with children. And it's not because they have children, it's just I don't live up to the standard they set for the man that they want. Women with children say things that make no sense to me. They say things like, Ryan, I want you to love my child as if they're your own.
Kids don't like no mother boyfriend. You in there eating a snack, one of the kids coming in, my mother bought them for our lunch. Mama Melvin here eating our snacks again. That when a woman kick you out and you ain't got nowhere to go. And you just talking shit. Yeah, this shit. I know what I am to this family. They see the kids and try to confide in them. Everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be good. The kid is like, what? I ain't upset about nothing. I love you. I love you. Get your out of here, man.
Thank you for watching the Tip Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.